Hello students, welcome back to ninth lecture of Analog and Digital Systems. In this lecture, we will cover filter introduction, then classification of filters, after that Butterworth low pass filter designing and its frequency response. Now first is filter introduction. Filter is basically a circuit which passes some frequency signal without any attenuation, or you can say without any reduction in amplitude, or with some amplification, and attenuate other frequency components depending on the type of filter. Filter can be used to attenuate unwanted signal such as interference or noise, or filter can be used to isolate desired signal from the unwanted signal such as noise or other disturbances. A common instrumentation filter application is attenuation of higher frequencies to avoid frequency aliasing in the sample data, or we can say whenever analog signal is converted into digital signal, then it has to be sampled first at the time of sampling to avoid frequency aliasing. This filter is used. At that time, filter is known as anti-aliasing filter. Next is classification of filters. Filters are classified depending on their frequency response and their construction. According to their frequency response and construction, filters can be analog and digital, passive and active. Analog and digital means depending on the type of technique used in the processing of signals. And second one is passive and active filter. These filters are according to the type of elements used in their construction. In the passive only in the passive filters, only the passive components such as resistor, capacitor, inductors are used. In the active filter, active components such as op amp and transistor is also used along with the passive components. According to the operating frequency range, next classification is audio or radio frequency filter. Means depending on the frequency range, a filter can be audio for the audio frequency range, or according to radio frequency range it can be radio frequency filters. Next is filter classification according to the frequency response. Low pass filter, it can be high pass, band pass or band stop filter. Next is Butterworth Chebyshev elliptical filters are some of the most widely used practical filters for approximating the ideal response. Key characteristic of these filters, or you can say these techniques, the techniques used in Butterworth Chebyshev elliptical filters. Butterworth filter has a flat pass band as well as flat stop band. It is also known as flat filter. Next is Chebyshev. It has a ripple pass band, means some ripples in the pass band, and flat stop band. Last is elliptical. Elliptical has a ripple pass band as well as ripple stop band. It provides a best stop band response, or it is known as ripple filter. Now come to the low pass filter. Low pass filter is that filter which attenuate all frequency above cutoff frequency components, means which cannot pass the frequency components above the cutoff frequencies. It can pass only lower frequency components, or in the pass band it provides a constant gain from 0 to cutoff frequency. Cutoff frequency is that frequency below which signal are allowed to pass, above which signal will be attenuated, as you can see in the frequency response of low pass filter. This frequency response is for ideal filter. In the B figure you can see response curve is for ideal filter, means in the pass band gain of the filter is remains 1, remains unity. In the stop band it reduces to 0 or after cutoff frequency, but practically it's difficult to achieve this type of curve. Actually in practical circuits, filter or low pass filter has this frequency response curve, means it decreases above the cutoff frequency. This is the pass band between 0 to cutoff frequency. Above cutoff frequency there is a stop band, means there is some transition transition between the pass band and stop band in this in the actual characteristic of filter. Now next is high pass filter. High pass filter is that filter which attenuate all the frequencies below cutoff frequencies, or you can say which passes the frequencies above cutoff frequency which attenuate below cutoff frequency, or it is used to pass higher frequency component. It provides a constant gain above cutoff frequency. In the figure B, you can see response curve for ideal high pass filter. 0 to cutoff frequency FC, there is a stop band, or you can say gain is 0, but in pass band gain remains constant, that is of 1 in the pass band. This is the characteristic for the ideal high pass filter. But in figure B, there is a response curve for the practical high pass filter. 0 to FC, there is a stop band, or above FC there is a pass band. You can see this is a pass band and this is stop band. Between the pass band and stop band there is some transition. Next is band pass filter. It is the filter which passes some specific band of frequencies, that is from F1 to F2 suppose band. It passes that frequency band and reject all other frequencies. Outside the band, frequency components are attenuated. Our frequency response curve is shown in this figure. In the figure you can see there is a lower cutoff frequency FLC and there is higher cutoff frequency, that is denoted by FUC. Between FLC and FUC, between these cutoff frequency there is a pass band, and above which, below which there is stop band. Between the pass band gain is constant. Next is band stop filter. It rejects some specific band of frequencies and it is passing some frequencies outside the band. It is just opposite band pass filter. In the frequency response of band stop filter, you can see between frequency FH and FL there is stop band, above FL and below FH there is pass band. This is just opposite of band pass filter. These are the filters according to the frequency responses. Next is applications of filter. Filters are used to eliminate background noise, and then filters can be used in the radio tuning to a specific frequency. In the signal processing circuits, filters are also used, and filters are extensively used in medical electronic system to remove the noise or to remove background noise, to remove disturbances, to remove the frequency components other than the desired frequency components. Next is low pass filter. Low pass filter, as already discussed, it passes only lower frequencies and attenuate higher frequencies. Now we will design first order Butterworth filter, Butterworth low pass filter. Only first order means number of delay elements used. Order means number of filtering sections used in the circuit. Here only one RC section is used for the filtering purpose. It's a first order Butterworth low pass filter. And R1 and R2 registers provide sufficient amplification to the signal. Now for the analysis of this filter. Analysis means we have to find the gain of the filter. After that we will plot frequency response. Now to get the output voltage, first find the voltage at non-inverting terminal. Non-inverting means at this node here. Voltage at this node you have to find, means voltage appear across the capacitor is the voltage at this node. Now the value of this voltage, it is denoted by V1. This voltage V1 will have minus JXC over R minus JXC into Vin, because Vin, input voltage Vin, is divided between these two elements R and C. Due to Vin, current flow through R is divided at this node, but no current will flow into the input terminals of op-amp due to its very high input impedance. All the current will flow through the capacitor. It means these two components are series. You can use voltage series divider rule to find the voltage V1 here. Next is you can put minus JXC is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC, as reactance is 1 by J 2 pi FC. In now by putting this value, V1 will be Vin over 1 plus J 2 pi f RC. Then op-amp is used in non-inverting configuration here. Therefore, output voltage in non-inverting, as we already discussed in the operational amplifier used in non-inverting configuration, in that case V0 was 1 plus RF over R1 into V1. V1 is the input voltage appear at the non-inverting terminal. 1 plus RF is here, feedback resistor is R2 and series resistor is R1. It means V0 will be 1 plus R2 over R1 into V1. Now put the value of V1 in this equation. V1 is this, V in over in terms of input voltage. Put the value of V1 in this equation. V0 will be 1 plus RF by R1 into V in over 1 plus J 2 pi f RC. Then find V0 by V in. That will be AF. AF is a passband gain of the filter. That is 1 plus RF over R1. Put this value is equal to AF, which is gain of the passband gain of the filter, means gain in passband, over AF over 1 plus JF over FL, where FL is lower cutoff frequency, that is denoted by 1 by 2 pi RC. Lower cutoff frequency is 1 by 2 pi RC. Put this value is equal to FL. This is the cutoff frequency below which signal will pass, above which signals will be attenuated. This is the gain of low pass filter. Now come to the frequency response of the low pass filter. To get the frequency response of the filter, we will take this expression, means gain of the filter, that is V0 over V in is equal to AF over 1 plus J F over FL. Now find its magnitude and phase angle. Magnitude will be AF over square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Here real part is 1, imaginary part is F over FL. That's why we get magnitude is this. And phase angle will be minus tangent inverse F over FL. As phase angle for any complex number, that is of x plus jy, tangent inverse y by x, or you can say tangent inverse imaginary part over real part. By using that relation, you can find phase angle of this expression, of this particular expression. Now to observe the change in gain magnitude with the change in frequency of input signal, we will consider three cases. First case is whenever input signal frequency is less than cutoff frequency. At that time, this magnitude V0 by V in will be AF over under root of 1 plus 0, means F is less than, it can be neglected. Or you can say magnitude of the filter will be approximately equal to the AF, that is passband gain of the filter. Next case is at F is equal to FL. At this frequency, whenever you will put F is equal to FL in this expression, then you will get AF over under root 2, that is 0.707 AF. Or you can say at the cutoff frequency, gain reduces to 0.707 AF. Third case is whenever F is greater than cutoff frequency. At this time, magnitude will be less than passband gain, and you will put this value here, F is greater than FL, then overall factor will reduce to AF. V0 by V in will be less than AF, less than passband gain of the filter. Now frequency response of this filter is shown in this figure. In this figure you can see 0 to FL there is passband, and above FL there is stop band, and in the passband gain AF, but at cutoff frequency gain reduces to 0.707 AF, and this gain reduces by the minus 20 dB per decade. Or you can say whenever frequency is increased to 10 times, then gain will reduce by minus 20 decibel. You can put here F is equal to 10 times, then you can analyze gain will reduce by minus 20 dB per decade in decibel. Decibel is also a logarithmic unit for the measurement. For large number to occupy a large number of frequency, logarithmic scale is used on y-axis. This frequency logarithmic scale we will use. Here decibel scale can be used for the voltage gain. This is the frequency response of low pass filter. Even for more details, you can refer these books.